Chris from Mystery Cleaning windows of the Fylde Coast. So I wanted to sort of do a quick video today about sort of debts and stuff like that. Now I've done a video in the past about bad debts and how to sort of go about getting them back. However, at one point I ended up cleaning windows for a pub. You may have seen a couple of videos where I've cleaned the windows on a pub called the Jubilee Park. Now, I will say this, the gentleman who I currently clean the windows for, the new owner of that pub, is not the subject of this video, okay? Prior to COVID, I had the window, I was the window cleaner for the Jubilee Park pub, and we used to go there, clean the windows every Friday. You know, happy days, no drama at all. And we were paid, initially we were paid in cash, and then due to sometimes missing the manager and stuff like that, and you know, going prolonged periods, you know, sort of like 2 or 3 weeks without getting paid, I asked if we could sort of set up bank transfer payments. And for a time, things were good, things were okay. We did the windows, we got paid, went about our life in a happy fashion. That's what it's all about. And then COVID, just, you know, in the weeks leading up to COVID, payments ceased, they stopped. And then 2 weeks later, on the 23rd of March, COVID-19, the lockdown, Mark 1, struck. And it was absolute carnage. It was, you know, businesses closing left, right in Chelsea. And the Jubilee Park was one of them. Now, the Jubilee Park at that point closed down permanently. And I had a debt owed to me of 80 quid. Now, some people are going to look at this video and think, 80 quid, is that it? And there will be other people thinking, Jesus Christ, 80 quid is a lot of money. I get it. But from my perspective, it wasn't the amount of money that was owed that really irked me. It was the fact that the guy who's in charge of the business, who shall remain nameless, even though I've every right to sort of name and shame him all over social media, but I'm bigger than that, declared bankruptcy. Now, when a business, a limited company, declares bankruptcy, for those uninitiated, when a limited company declares bankruptcy or insolvency, okay, all its debts are handed to an administrator. And it's the administrator's job to dish out the debts. Here's the problem. Because the manager of that pub was paying me through his own personal bank account, and I was giving paper invoices, the paper invoices weren't getting sent to source. And as far as the manager, the owner of that business is concerned, you know, that was paid out of petty cash. And it was taken care of. When the reality was, I was going unpaid. So I was paying my lads to turn up and clean the windows, and in turn, not getting paid myself. Okay? Which annoys me. But what really, really annoyed me even more than that was when I heard that the gentleman who declared bankruptcy would not settle his £80 debt with me, plus debts belonging to other companies, you know, debts he was owed to other companies as well. He wouldn't pay that, you know, because he was declared bankruptcy. But he then started again, borrowed money, refined, you know, and refurbished a shop, a dessert bar. And that refurb alone, I am led to believe, cost £75,000. Yeah, you're not going to settle your debt for work that you asked for 80 quid, but you're then going to take out £1,000. You heard me right. Okay. The daftest thing about all of this, it's all within the bounds of the law. Okay. Because a limited company has limited liability. If it goes into insolvency, you can't personally go after the director unless certain criteria have been met, which in this case they haven't. So what does that teach me? And how can I move forward? And you guys benefit from it as well. Okay. Whenever I go give a quote to a business now, I always ensure, hands down, they pay me through the bank. Hands down. Not only do they pay me through the bank, they pay me through the business bank account. Okay? And that does two things. It has a clear record in black and white as to who paid who, when and why. Okay? And it also goes on to the company's debts. Now here's the thing. If I'd have done things differently, so I'm partly to blame myself. I'm going to hold my hands up. I am partly to blame myself. Why am I to blame, I hear you ask? It's because ultimately I did not care where that money came from. As long as I did the windows and I got paid. And most people in my position think exactly the same thing. You know? As far as they're concerned, they do the work, they get paid, they go home, jobs are good, right? And I can't blame anyone for thinking like that. But when it comes to working with businesses, if a business goes belly up and you've been paid through petty cash, and there's no record of you having been there and done the windows, as far as the courts are concerned, you don't exist. As a debtor, you don't exist. Whereas if the business pays you through the bank account, and it goes from their business bank account into your business bank account, then what happens is ultimately there's a record. And if you have the invoices, you can turn around and say, well, yeah, it's all well and good closing down your business, but hold on, buggerlugs, you owe me X amount of pounds, and there's the invoices. Okay? Now, will you get 100% of that money back? Probably not. Probably not. You'll probably be lucky to get half of that back. But half of something is better than, 100% of goal. So, yeah. Word to the wise. That's one way I find when you're dealing with businesses, commercial jobs, okay, is to ensure that, money comes to you through the business bank account of the company that you're working for, okay? And if you put it in a language, and I find when I give quotes to businesses and stuff like that, I don't have too much in the way of problems. I use this as a story to tell them. And I tell them this so that I can get them to relate to me as a business owner. If end of the day, I've been bitten in the past, okay, and you use that experience to learn from it, okay, and then you can talk to another business owner, and when they say, oh, I'll just pay you petty cash, and you turn around to them and say, well, actually, I'd rather you pay me through your business bank account, if that's okay. I'd much rather you do that. And the reason for that is because I've been bitten in the past where the company's gone into insolvency and I've been hundreds of pounds out of pocket. And as soon as you put it into a language that they understand, you're not nasty, you're not personal about it, and you're not making unreasonable demands, 9 times out of 10, you'll find the business owner will go, oh, right, not a problem, fine. It's fine, and we'll sort it. Tick, job done, okay? The business owner sometimes thinks that they're doing you a favour by paying you cash, and in some cases, yeah, fair play. Business owners, they'll declare whatever tax, etc. Not that I advocate that that's the right thing to do, but they think they're doing you a favour in that respect. And the reality is if that business goes belly up, then you're left with a handful of invoices, and no one's coming to pay you. So make of that what you will, ladies and gents. So, right, quick one as well. I'm going to the Cleaning Expo down in the Midlands. I'm hoping to meet up with a couple of the subscribers on the channel. There's a handful of people said that they're going. Lee from Old School Window Cleaners is going, I believe. I believe Sid from Partridge Exterior Cleaning, and a mob handful of others are going down there. So it'll be kind of cool to meet everybody in the flesh, if you like, especially after COVID and all that sort of good stuff. So on that rather contrived bombshell, we finish on a positive, and I shall see you in the next video if I don't see you at the Cleaning Expo. So have a good one, peeps, and I'll see you in the next one. All the very best.